Hello everybody and welcome back to Belle's channel. Today we are doing part 65 of our Horizon Zero Dawn walkthrough, and we will be going to, I think it's called, actually I don't even know what the settlement's called. I think it's called the Sun Ring or something like that. It's right here, it's right in the corner of the map, and it is occupied by Eclipse. Now, I'm trying to just think how to describe this, but at the start, when you go to walk up to it, silence will tell you on your focus. It's crawling with Eclipse agents. They know you're alive. If they see you, you could be overwhelmed. And I said, whatever. I said that's ominous or something. I did do a tester and I did go up there. But before, you know, and I checked that I wasn't going to be attacked before I made this video, and I'm not. So I'm going to come here before we do the Grave Hoard, so that is this quest. I'm going to come here before because there are quests that I want to do, and I have said in my previous videos that I want to do the main storyline, or the last bit of the main storyline, all kind of at once and finish the walkthrough there. Now I know I'm probably going to be introduced to a few smaller quests while we're involved in that, but we're going to do this right now. So there is a quest there we can do, and we're just basically going to enter this settlement. It'll tell you what it's called later, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Sun Ring or something like that. So it is, I'm just going to show you the location. It is here. There's a quite a familiar landmark here. I'm really not sure what it's called, like prominent, or yeah, a really prominent landmark here. Meridian's here, and if you just go like northwest, and you'll see the Sun Ring. It's kind of built into a mountain, massive ring on it, and you can't really miss it. Do be careful because there is a tall neck nearby, and it is surrounded by Ravagers, long necks, all of that. And you will likely see a few Karja, as well as Shadow Karja, possibly fighting, and possibly bandits. So basically what you want to do, when you're walking up here, you want to follow this like path. You know, you can't miss it. It's got these big arches, and this area used to be the 13th Sun King's summer palace, so this is where we come for vacation and things like that. So yeah, we're walking here. It's called Sunfall, so that's what it is, Sunfall. So there appears to be a quest, refugee camp mainly. Let's talk to this dude named Abbas. There's a little girl and I looks very ill.
She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter, but the fever on her won't lift. It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's difficult. His soul is in shadow.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him. He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle. I'll keep the moon from your brow.
Okay, so we have that quest that we're probably going to do. There's maybe a two-parter. My maximum limit is an hour, and I can't really see how long I've got, so no, it depends. If we have time, we'll do the quest that here, because there is specifically one that I want to do. So as you can see from down here, there are refugees. They're even training them to be soldiers, and then as you further get in, it's obviously guarded, and this is for like the shadow nobles and things like that. There is a trader that you can trade with, and there are supply boxes around. So we'll get up here. Well prepared for the hunt, I hope. I'm quiet.
The sun
Some meridian.
give them time. I'm sure.
See, that was as far as I got. I didn't even see the intro. So they have cars or outlanders, Osman outlanders, just beneath outlanders. I thought this was kind of like off. Not allowed in. The only point is that they have slaves here.
Stop, Aloy. One more step, and you'll deliver yourself to the very powers that seek your death.
They're wearing focuses. That much is true.
You will have your reckoning, I promise. But not yet.
So that is all you can do at Sunfall before you do the quest Gravehall and the Why. So yeah, you have to do the Gravehall before you actually can enter Sunfall. But while we're here, we will do the quest A Healer's Oath. So I am gonna call this that quest. So while we're here, so Blazing Arch is fully that way. To make this video long, I'm not gonna walk that far, so we're just gonna jump straight to Blazing Arch. So yeah, Sunfall, you can't go further into it because they're wearing focuses and they're Eclipse soldiers, so you can't go into it fully until you do the Grave Horde quest. So just be aware of this, because if you do like, oh, I want to finish everything before I do the main storyline, you can't. Not entirely anyway. So we'll leave main Sunfall there, and then we will go do the Healer's Oath quest. And then I think, for those of you who've watched all my series, that is it. That is all the quests outside of the main storyline, really, other than perhaps one that I know of. So where is this healer dude? He's up here. Okay, so we'll go find him. So they're not really taking care of their people very much, are they? There he is.
Are you Galeev, the healer?
I had planned to spend the day gazing at the lands of my exile and feeling sorry for myself, but you're not from Sunfall, so this could be interesting.
I came from the tent city there. There's a sick girl. Her brother told me about you.
The answer is no.
What?
No, I can't spare the medicine, nor my time to administer it. My resources are already spread thin, thin as the soiled cloths I have to use for dressings.
Why won't you help?
Look at it from my perspective. What meager goods I can get must be smuggled in. That's expensive. The behemoth's share goes to the military. Of course, there are the demands of the Citadel. Helis' kestrels are so prone to sticky ends. What's left, that's for the nobles, who can pay well for my services.
Look at it from my perspective. A little girl is sick.
I think we are calling to each other across an ideological impasse.
What's stopping me from just making you do it?
I'd have to cause a situation. And you wouldn't harm the only healer disgraced enough to work for the Shadow Karja, would you?
Well, we've only just met, but yes, it's tempting.
And take it up with the Citadel. They decide who lives and dies. Nothing you can do would compare to my punishment if I use the last of my stock on a tent girl.
You're kind of an ass, healer.
There's no cure for a conscience, but in this line of work, I've built up an immunity to it. And yet, if you feel so strongly about this one girl, perhaps we can make a deal. My charity for a Thunderjaw heart.
That's not how charity works.
It is how deals work. You'd settle my debts, For a while.
I already have the part.
Wow, we could already have a deal. Quickly now, let's salve your poor conscience.
See to the girl, and it's yours. Not before.
Oh, please. On my oath, this girl will survive to see our sad future. You and I shouldn't be seen together. Go on to the slums ahead of me. I'll find you presently. You do stand out in the crowd.
Yeah, so if you don't have a Thunderjaw heart, I didn't. I thought I could at least choose, but apparently I can't. If you don't have a Thunderjaw heart, then there are things that you can do to go get it. Likely this quest will give you a pointer, but there are Thunderjaw sites. So here's one there. You also have one, I think on the way to Meridian. Here, there's another one, so they're pretty close here. And there is another one somewhere around here, an actual Thunderjaw. So, you know, there is that you can always do, but the quest will likely push you towards it anyway. So let's get back to Sunfall. And by the way, I think when they refer to Citadel, I think that means like the government inside of Sunfall. So yeah, we're just going to make our way there, and then I'm sorry if this is a bit of a short episode, but you know, he hasn't done it yet. You know, but I already have the Thunderjaw heart, that's why I like to keep a lot of the supplies. Okay, and we are back. Here he is.
It's you. Hello again.
I've brought someone to see your sister.
How did you... What did we do to deserve... No. Wait. I don't even want to ask. In case a shadow passes over and it's gone.
Smart boy.
She'll have his full attention, won't she?
Once I'm freed of other distractions, yes.
Thank you. Again. For giving her a better chance.
What's she called?
Shiana.
I knew a Shiana once. She sang in a tavern. How is your sister's singing voice?
She likes ball games. She wants to be a soldier.
That's a shame.
They said, stay faithful. They said, Meridian will be ours. Here we are.
Okay, well, that's as far as we're going to do. This episode is not going to be called Sunfall. It will be called A Healer's Oath. Definitely a small video, but we will be doing the Grave Horde next. So, stay tuned for the next episode of Horizon Zero Dawn by Belle. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.